Good morning. I'm Jimmy, your astute tourist, and we're off doing another walk this morning. Hey, 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 good morning. It's Jimmy. Molly and I are back at another morning walk. This is our third one since we took a long month break, but we're back at it again. So I'm happy to be doing this. It's cold out, second day of cold, but they're saying that tomorrow it's going to be in the 40s. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. It's New England. Like I said yesterday, if you don't like the weather here, just wait a minute. It'll change quickly. But Molly she's full of the vinegar today. She's running around doing her thing, getting all the smells in, and leaving her pee mail. And it's bright out this morning. It's a nice bright day. I don't know if you can see the sun rising behind me. Nice yellow sky in the back there. They're telling me we're gonna possibly get some rain towards the end of the weekend. That's probably bringing the warm weather, but I'll take it. We've been kind of locked in with ice and snow for over a week now. We did have some warm weather last week, but it didn't last. But it's February. I mean, we had like a 50-degree day, and I'm not going to balk on that, especially this time of year. But we're looking forward to spring. I stare at the RV in the yard, sitting there all dormant, and I fantasize about taking her out, doing some traveling. We do have a Memorial Day weekend already booked. We're going to be going up to the Lake Winnipesaukee area here in New Hampshire to spend a long weekend with some friends. Should be a lot of fun. We're staying at a KOA in that area. And if you're not familiar with KOAs, those are a camping and RV resort franchise, and they're all around the country. We've stayed at a couple before. Most of the ones we've stayed at are pretty nice, very clean, and they have, depending on where you are, they have some pretty good amenities. The one that we're going to in May, they have a lot of stuff to do there. Besides the camping side of it, there's a store and a water park, swimming pool. They have a swimming pond with a beach, and you can rent golf carts, and maybe similar to the Danforth Bay that we stayed at last fall. I don't know. I haven't been there, so it'll be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to that. We got a few more months to go. We may have some other travel plans before. Molly's doing the sniffing thing. She must smell another dog. Come on, this way. Come on. Yeah, she must be smelling another animal, which is no surprise for our neighborhood. We had the turkeys back the other day. There's got to be over 30 of them. And I mean, I'm not exaggerating. We counted over 30 one day. And then that same day, we had some deer walk through the yard, which is nice. We don't bother them. Let them do their thing. Nice living here in the country, except for the cold. But I'm not going to continue talking about that. We're praying for spring and hoping and waiting for spring. Can't wait for the crocuses and daffodils, and them will all be coming up first. And then we'll be turning over the vegetable beds and getting those ready to plant. I'm excited for that. We'll be able to open the tiki bar, which is always a fun time. And I hope to have some soirees out there. We'll have the band play and lots of friends over. Have a good time out there with some tiki drinks. Speaking of tiki drinks, I have a couple friends. I don't know if you know John and Nancy of JNN Travels, but they're spending the winter in Florida, and they just put out a video where they were down at the Polynesian Resort at Disney, and they did a nice video of them eating in one of the restaurants there and enjoying themselves with their tiki shirts and their leis on and that. And I had mentioned to John that Colleen and I were down there a couple of years ago, and there's a tiki bar there inside called Trader Sam's? I think it's Trader Sam's Grog Grotto, and that's a fun place, all done up in Disney style with all the krakens in there and volcanoes and tiki gods and that stuff. A lot of fun. And the staff in there, the bartenders and wait staff, they put on a show, and that's a real hoot. So if you get a chance, check out Trader Sam. I believe the name comes from Trader Sam, who's on the Jungle Cruise. He's there along the Jungle Cruise trying to entice people to stop by and buy some wares. So that's a lot of fun. So tiki time. We're definitely looking forward to that. But we got probably a couple months anyways before that happens. The water's been shut down and the fridges have been unplugged, and they're sitting there dormant as well, like the RV, just waiting to be woken up again and put back in service for another season. For now, we'll find other things to do here in the state. We're just kind of getting back to things since we're out of commission for a little bit, but we're getting back to it. And I hear some wildlife making noise. Let's see. I'm not sure what that was. I don't know if it was a partridge or something. Something making noise. Molly is so excited. She's pulling me along like a sled dog. You're a Labrador. You're not a sled dog. You're not a husky. But she's yanking me along. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Still getting a little winded, but not bad. And I put the link up in the chat, so if anybody comes in, they want to come up in the chat, let me know. We'll have you come up. It's always good to have others on the panel. Here we are. It's February 16th, and it's light out. It's funny because I get out of work about 4 p.m. every day, and the sun has been staying up a little bit longer every day, which is good. Sunlight is really good for you. Good for your disposition. Helps generate some of that natural vitamin D in your body, which is definitely a good thing. Vitamin D for disposition. Helps with a good disposition. Good morning. I see we have one in the chat. You want to come on in? Say hi. That's up to you, but good morning to you. It's another cold February morning here in New England. Molly and I are out for our daily walk. Come on this way. She's Hey, Najuma Brown, good morning. How are you? Very good to see you. Thank you for coming in today. I hope you're doing well. Molly and I we're out on our daily walk. This is Molly. She's my chocolate lab, and this is something we try to do at least every weekday. We had been out of commission for a little bit because everybody fell ill for a little bit, but we're back to business. And she just loves her walks. My wife and I both work, so she ends up staying in the house while we're at work. So any chance we can get her out, get her some exercise and breathe in some fresh air, we try to do that. So, and for me as well. And the exercise is good. Helps me try to shed some of the winter pounds I may or may not have gained since the holidays. What are you digging at? She's digging at something. She's got her winter boots on. Has her winter boots on. We had got her some boots right before Christmas. We were out walking in the snow and the ice, and she cut one of her pads in her paw. So we said, that's enough of that. And we bought her a set of dog boots to put on. She seems to tolerate them really well. She seems like she doesn't even care that she's wearing them, which is good. And that helps protect her feet. It's got to be, if any of us have stepped on a nail or what are those blocks that the kids play with? My kids had them too. You know what I'm talking about. If you step on something like that, it makes your bottom of your foot very sore. So I can imagine for her, it's kind of the same thing. A Lego, that's it. I couldn't think of the name of those blocks, but a Lego. I've definitely stepped on one or two of them in my time with having the kids. But I hope you're doing good. I'm glad you came in. I think this may be the first time you've been in one of my streams, other than during the charity stream the other day, which was a great time. Hi, Simple Sybil. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up and mega love right back to you. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping in. We are doing our morning walk as usual, weekday morning walk before we get the day going. Always good to get the blood pumping and get some fresh cold in this respect, cold air. We're in the single digits or close to zero here Fahrenheit in New England. But I'm glad you stopped in and you took a little bit of your time this morning to hang out with us. And I did put the link if anybody wants to come up on the panel. I did put the link in the chat. I think it's the very first one at the top. But it's not required, but it is there if anybody feels inclined to come up and join the panel. Yeah, it's a chilly morning here in New England. I hope you're having a fine day wherever you're at in the world. I have a lot of friends that come into the chat, and I have them from Germany and from England and the Philippines, and of course the time zones are different in just about every country, including the United States. My friends on the West Coast. I have a friend yesterday who lives in Southern California, and it was only 3:30 a.m. When she popped in. I was wondering what she was doing up so early. She said she couldn't sleep. So I'm glad that she took some time, even though she couldn't sleep, that she stopped in to say hi. We, if you're not familiar with our channel, my wife Colleen and I, we have a travel channel. Although we haven't been doing much traveling lately, just because of what's going on in the world. But we try to stay active on YouTube, and we've done videos from Mexico and the Bahamas and cruise ships and camping and all kinds of stuff. So if you're interested in that, stop by the channel and check out a couple videos. If you haven't subscribed, that would be appreciated. You're at work, I can't go up. Love to join, but not possible right now. And that's fine. Absolutely fine. It's definitely not a requirement. I try to post the link just in case, because there are some people that like to come up and say hi in person, or at least the visual way, I guess. But I hope you're having a good day at work. I do this every day before I go to work. It's 6:36 Eastern Standard Time. We're in New England on the east coast of the United States. And as you can see, lots of snow around us. They're talking warm weather though for the end of the week here. I think tomorrow they're saying it's going to be in the mid to high 40s. That would be Fahrenheit. And that doesn't sound like it's warm, but as compared to, it's probably 5 degrees out right now. So as compared to that, I'll take 46. Not a big fan of the cold myself, but we are locked into this area for a little while, so we'll take it in stride. But we walk the neighborhood. We have a nice neighborhood here that's not too busy this time of the day, so we pretty much can walk unobstructed. It gives Molly a chance to stretch her legs and exercise, get the blood pumping for sure. We're looking at having another positive day. Yesterday was a good one, and like I said, the sun's coming up, and it's staying up longer during the day, and it's starting to rise up higher in the sky during the day, which is good. And I try to take my hat off so that my bald head gets some of that sunlight. Like I said earlier, it helps promote the production of vitamin D in your body, which is a good thing. Helps with our disposition, helps us feel good. Okay, so you live in New York. Hey, Angie, good morning. How are you? I'm glad you could come in this morning. Thank you for stopping by. Or should I say this afternoon? Yeah, Najumi, you're in New York. So we're not that far away from you. You can drive into Connecticut and Rhode Island. It's only a couple hours away from you. But I'm in New Hampshire. So we're probably about 4.5, 5 hours from you. But yes, come see New Hampshire. It's a beautiful state. We have everything here. Skiing in the mountains in the wintertime, and then camping and all that. We have a lakes region that's full of a lot of very big, clean lakes. A lot of boating and activity going on, and we have not a lot of coastline, and I think it's around 13 or 16 miles of ocean coastline, but we have beaches as well. A lot of history here, of course, American history. This is the birthplace of our nation. What's Angie saying? Good morning. You're fine. Oh, you're on your break. Okay, it's 12:39 in Germany. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you came in to say hi. It makes my day. Honestly, when you all come in, it makes my day. It feels good to be loved. And I appreciate each and every one of you stopping in, even if it's just for a minute, just to say hi. It's a nice thing. I try to do that too, Angie, when I'm at work. If I'm at my desk, I'll click in. Yeah, we do. We have beaches, believe it or not. We have freshwater and saltwater beaches here in New Hampshire. It's a lot of fun here. Molly's trying to get it. The truck driving by. But yeah, so the summertime is fun here. Wintertime is fun. Lots of skiing. So like you in Germany, we have mountains, and they may not be as big as the mountains you have. Our tallest mountain here is about 6,300 feet. That's Mount Washington. I think it's the largest one on the east coast of the United States. But lots of skiing here in New Hampshire right now. And Vermont's very close by. I can drive to Vermont in about an hour. And I can get to Maine in about 40 minutes. And Maine has, they have a couple hundred miles of coastline. Maine's a very nice state to visit. So we have all of that. Hey, Paul, how are you? Good morning, sir. Thank you for coming in. Really good to see you guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, so if you can ever make it, I guess, Angie, for you to the United States, you should try to visit New England. And Najuma, you're not too far, so hopefully you can fill or check one of those bucket lists off your list. Check that bucket list off your list and come to New England. Of course, we have Boston as, I forgot to mention Massachusetts. They're our closest neighbor where I live. I'm probably 15, 20 minutes to the Massachusetts border, and I can make it to Boston in about 35 minutes. And there's a lot of history there. It's the biggest city closest to us. And yeah, there's a lot of history there in Boston. Right? Oh, so many places, of course. This country has a lot to see, like every country. But the United States is pretty big. There's the things to do here in New England, and then south of us on the East Coast, there's the Carolinas and Virginia, and then you get down into Florida. And then there's the Midwest, where there's lots of plains, and that's kind of the breadbasket of the country, where they grow a lot of the grains and corn. And the Mississippi River, we have Nashville and New Orleans. There's Texas, of course, Arizona and Nevada, the Dakotas. That's all. The western side is all, a lot of people associate cowboys and Indians with the United States, and that's that section. California, of course. It's a very big country. And honestly, I've lived here my whole life, and I bet I haven't seen half of it. Yes, you definitely have to. You need to bring your husband and the children and come to the United States and come visit me, and I'll give you a tour. We'll tour the country together. There's lots to see here. It's a lot of fun. The Grand Canyon in that area out there towards Colorado and Utah, Arizona. It's beautiful. That's the desert and the real rocky areas. It's such a beautiful place. When do I plan to visit Europe? That's a bucket list for me as well. I would love to visit Europe. Hopefully when things start to settle down politically around the world in this COVID business, hopefully we'll be able to get out and come that way. Colleen, my wife, is Irish, so we want to go to Ireland and Scotland. I definitely would love to visit the UK and then down to your way, Belgium and Germany, Austria, Italy. My grandfather is from Greece, so I would love to spend some time in the Mediterranean and hang out down on the islands down there. Yeah, I have so much that I would love to do, and not enough time right now. We're taking it slow. We're staying local right now. I may be going to Florida in the next few weeks. My folks live there, my parents, and just jump in the plane and simply fly here, right? I gotta get Darian, and he can be my help here planning the trip. He said he would, and then we'll come over and see you. That would be great. Yeah, my grandfather was born on the Isle of Rhodes. He lived in a town called Kremasti Rhodes, which is in Greece, and it's one of the islands there. It's not near the mainland. I think it's near Cyprus in that area. But I would love to go visit where he was born. This way, Molly. Come on. I would love to visit where he was born and just see where my roots are from. There's Molly. Say hi. Say hi, Molly. Can you say hi to the folks? She's just enjoying our walk. It's not that difficult. India. So it's funny you mentioned that because Colleen and I were watching a show last night all about India. I'm a history buff, and especially ancient history. And we were looking at a lot of the temples and the sculptures that they have in India. I would love to go and see that stuff. I'm into all that ancient history and the people that came well before us. We had a chance to go to Mexico last year, almost 2 years ago now, and I got to visit Chichen Itza and Tulum, and those are a couple ancient Inca sites, and that was just, for me, that was like just another bucket list thing, and so we'll slowly do it. We're still young, and this work thing that I have gets in the way. I work for the fire service, and it takes a lot of my time. It's hard to get time off. There you can go anywhere without having a problem. That's awesome. I almost fell. It's so icy here. I don't know. I'm in my driveway now. I don't know if you could see all the ice. We had some warm temperatures last week, and it melted a lot of the snow, and then it got cold right away, and everything turned to ice. I've fallen a couple times over the last few days, so I need to be careful. Molly, stop pulling. India is such a cool place. So much history, very colorful. You need to have a guide. Not so brave to venture the country by yourself. I'd be the same way. I would want to make sure that I had somebody that, had your best interest in mind, could take you to the places that, where you're not going to have any problems or trouble. There's a couple of YouTubers that I watch. One guy, his name is Benjamin. He's his channel is called Bald and Bankrupt, and he's lived in India for a long time, and he has some videos of him being in India. And then there's another guy I watch named Harold Balder, and he's a Norwegian, and he spends pretty much his whole life traveling the world, and He's spent some time in that neck of the woods as well. He actually was just in Nepal, in the Himalayas, and that's interesting. I live my life vicariously through all of you YouTubers. I get to see where you live and the places that you travel, and the more that I see of our fellow YouTubers, the longer my bucket list gets, for sure. All right, so we're back in the yard, and it's almost time for me to go in. It is 6:50 a.m. You know Baldwin Bankrupt. Yeah, he is very cool. Benjamin. He's got a great channel. He's very lucky. If you like him, you should check out Harold Balder. He, like I said, he's a Norwegian gentleman, and he travels the world. I mean, he goes everywhere. Benjamin, he spends a lot of time in Belarus and the Ukraine, and that he speaks Russian, and he has a fascination with that area, which is pretty cool. All right, well, thank you, Angie. Thank you for coming in. And I think on that, I'm going to probably close out. I want to say I appreciate everybody for coming into the chat this morning and joining Molly and I. Bye, Angie. Take care. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping in. Have a good day at work. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for stopping by. It's always a hoot. We're probably going to do this again tomorrow morning. So if you're up and want to enjoy a cup of coffee while Molly and I walk, or if you want to take a break from your work and stop in just to say hi, we appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to that red, white, and blue in the background. Very proud of that flag. And then I also want to say that I always end my streams, or some of them, with PMA, which is positive mental attitude. Try to have a positive day today. Positivity draws more positivity into your life, and the more positive you are, the more you'll get back, and the better day you'll have. PMA always saves the day. So with that, I really appreciate you guys. I want to wish you peace and love to everybody. And we'll see you again, hopefully tomorrow morning. If the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, we'll be back. All right. Love you guys. Have a good day.